welcome, welcome. We're going to call today the Kickstarter. It's not the new year, but it's a great time to just do it. I go from Florida, Miami, Boston, New York. I go all over. And the joy is meeting you all. The sadness is hearing you say, I just don't know where to start. I just don't know where to start. And I devote a lot of time and energy to just starting. So we're going to get you started. It's simple. It's easy. You can do this. My brother used to always say to me, if you can do it, so can I. You know what? That's true. All right. I took two patterns. I took 195, which is the sweater set, 3400, which is the yoga pant. I've said it before, if I was shipwrecked on a desert island, just give me these two patterns, a sewing machine, and limitless fabrics, which obviously I know can't happen, and I would be the best dressed woman on the island. There's just so many things you can do with that, and I'm going to, first off, go through the process. We're going to make it simple for you. We have done no shipping on these two patterns, and that's all over the world. So what I have learned is our problems in the US are the same as throughout the whole world. We just simply need a little bit of kick, a little bit of shove. So that's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to start with the pants simply because they're the simplest. And I know so many women have said to me, oh, pants are my struggle. They're not. They're the simplest. There's no sleeves. There's no neckline. They simply are the bottom half of the body. And on this pattern, literally just do what it says. Wrap the tape measure around your hip. Choose that size. That's it. Don't worry about differences. It's an elastic waist. This is a beautiful pant. Just do it. Make a pair of pants and choose a fabric. You guys know it just has to be a knit. It can be outdated. It can be ugly. It can be old. It can be whatever. My email's on every pattern. All you have to do after that is say, oh, this is going wrong. Or we've got YouTubes on it. We've got so much information out there that you can make a pair of pants and be successful. Why am I going to sew? Because I'm going to save an awful lot of money. Maybe not in the beginning, but boy, down the road. Right now I'm building confidence. And as I make that pair of pants and I say, I really can do this, you'll get more comfortable with making. Then you'll go to styles that cost a whole bunch of money, and I'll take you there because that's a fun place to be. Because just with a little change of this and a little change of that, you can really save $300 now on a pair of pants, or you can save, quite a substantial amount. So the first beginning place we start is just doing it. Doesn't matter the fabric, doesn't matter if it works or not. You're just going to get in the game and you're going to test out your skills of sewing and you're going to practice. And this practice, this whole ability of practicing is what's going to make us better. All right, that's the pants. All right, now with the top. 195. Where am I going to start? I'm going to go into my closet. I've got a couple knits here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the part of the knit that's right through the widest part of the body. Right through here. I'm going to get that number. But you know what? I want to measure several. And the reason I want to measure several is simply because the fabric is changing, especially because this is for a knit fabric. This is a ribbing, and oh my gosh, when I stretch 4 inches, those 4 inches stretch all the way to 8 inches. On this, when I stretch 4 inches, it stretches to 6. So we have to consider the fabric when we're choosing our size, but you can do that. Just take a piece of fabric, take 4 inches of it, and stretch it to 6. Start with that. Don't start with anything less than, because then there's other considerations. Start with a 4-inch fabric that will stretch to 6. That is your fabric that you're going to do. You only have to go one direction. It doesn't have to stretch in both directions. So then go to the fabric that stretches 4 to 6, 4 inches to 6 inches. You take 4 inches of fabric and stretch it. And if it will go to 6, bam, that's what you want to use. All right, all of our ITY knits, all of them do that. So when I measure underneath the arms, this number measures 36. So I'm going to go to the back of the pattern and I'm going to look for 36, and the 36 on this size, 36 and a half, is a size 4. So that's the size I know I should pick, I should make up. Within every circumference, there's a B cup, a C cup, and a D cup. Choose. Don't worry about if it's exact. Just choose, just get going. The next question is, what about my hips? What about this? What about, forget all about that, okay? Just go with the bust. Now, one exception, with the hips, I say, okay, my hips are bigger than this pattern, or my hips are generally my problem. Then just go out from one size to another. And even if that size isn't on the pattern, simply look at the differences at the hip and add a couple more. Add way more. That side seam is simply a straight angled line. It's a dart. So I can swing it out as far as I want to, as far as I need to, or just add extra seam allowance. So if it gets to the hips and it's not big enough, I can let out some of that seam allowance and use the seam allowance. We have negative ease at the bust. We want it to pull under, just slightly under the bust. But you know what? That's why measuring the shirt will give you the answer. Stop measuring you. Just stop measuring your body. You know, it's not necessary. You're not a stripper. You don't need it. Stop measuring your body. Measure your clothes and measure them right to the fullest part of your bust. Bam, make the t-shirt. That's it. Even for right now, make a sleeveless shell. Don't worry about the sleeves. Just, again, build your confidence. Just get started. Again, all over the world, these patterns this week. Free shipping. Order them, get them, start. Do it. Give yourself an hour. That's it. A night when you're really tired, that's the perfect time to start. This is a no-brainer. It doesn't take a lot of work. And you know what you'll get? You'll get that confidence, because then you'll do fun stuff like this. You can put a little neck piece on, the same base shirt. I can take and do a little border print, add a few ruffles. You're going to just kind of move along, but you'll kind of rock the boat if you try to go there without getting this base done first. Thousands of you have had this pattern and have success with this pattern. Thousands of you more have not. You're just afraid to start. I hear it over and over and over, and I just want to grab you, give you a hug, and kind of kickstart you, push you out the door, give you a pattern on a fabric, and go. With our stretch velvets right now, this is pattern number 195, and simply all that's done is it's turned one way or another to create this beautiful stripe. I mean, it's just so pretty and so beautiful and so simple. And that's why I always say shop, because there's so many great ideas out there where they didn't change the pattern. They needed to keep it simple for cost, for all the other things with it, and they simply changed it up just a little bit. The top I had on, I was on business in Miami, and I just shopped. This is me. This is the pattern. It's the fabric. It's 2014. All right, I took the base. I just cut it up. I did 113 now, Sunny's top, which is the same thing as the sweater set now. I just did all these little changes to it. So you can do that. You can put it on. You can cut it up. You can make this crazy, crazy look. Throw it in the washing machine, throw it in the dryer, and voila, it's right on top of black rayon. Black rayon, our black rayon, all of our rayons, all of our ITYs, they all have enough stretch, that 4 to 6, that will make this t-shirt fabulous. You know what I want? I want you all to have as much fun sewing as I do. Because in this crazy world today, taking an hour, a few minutes for myself to do something wonderful for myself that comes out making me feel a little bit better helps me challenge the world, helps me take on this crazy world of ours. So I love to sew. I only want to help you love to sew as well. So this is our kickstart. For those of you who have made the 195 and made the yoga pant, I'm sorry, but you know what you're going to do? You're going to help a friend. Look around, find someone. Find someone that struggles with clothes or struggles with whatever and say, listen, you can do this, and pass it along. Happy sewing from Silhouette Patterns.